Hey everyone, David Chen here, and it's a momentous morning because today the trailer for Hobbs & Shaw was released onto the internet. This is the trailer for the Fast and Furious spin-off starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Jason Statham as Hobbs & Shaw respectively. This trailer contains basically every action movie cliche you could possibly ask for. And I think for a long time, there's been questions about where the Fast and Furious franchise is heading. You've already had cars jumping out of planes, cars driving through skyscrapers, remote control cars driving out of parking garages. What else could this franchise do? And this morning, that question was answered definitively: cyborgs. Idris Elba plays a cyborg in this film, and it looks a little bit silly, kind of dumb, and I'm sure it will make well over $1 billion. Now, I was tweeting with a couple of other much more popular YouTubers this morning, Patrick Willems and Bob Chipman, talking about this trailer. It all started when Patrick Willems tweeted, "This looks so fun, I almost forgot Deckard Shaw murdered Han." Great point, Deckard Shaw murdered Han, and he has yet to answer for those crimes. Hashtag justice for Han. But then Bob chimed in, Han can come back now, though. Everyone can come back if they can just do cyborgs now. Which, very good point, I didn't even think about that. Patrick Willems responds, "This was their plan all along, introduce cyborg technology, bring Han back in the next movie." And then Bob says, "You need to do people with robot parts to do undead people with robot parts, and you need to do undead people with robot parts to get to car with human brain, the logical endpoint of the franchise. It has been foreseen." Mind blown, first of all. I think that is very possibly where this franchise could go. Knight Rider, but with an actual human inside, right? Bob goes on here, you can just keep cycling new people and the veterans just gradually become kits, which I think makes a lot of sense given the history of this franchise. What the Fast and Furious franchise has always tried to say is that you as a human being can come to your fullest expression as a person through the art form of car. That when you want to express love, it's best done through car. When you want to express anger, it's done through car. When you want to express the bonds of brotherhood and family, it's done through car. Moving towards a version where human beings can become cars seems completely logical to me, based on what this franchise has built up thus far. But then I saw this other tweet that really brought it home for me, from Angie Han from Mashable and from Micah from Nerdist. Angie writes, "I love the Cars prequel franchise." And Micah writes, "What more satisfying ending to this franchise / canonical origin story for Cars could there be?" It reminded me that in all likelihood, the Cars franchise takes place thousands of years in the future. I don't know if you remember this, but the Cars franchise doesn't make much sense unless you assume that it takes place in a post-apocalyptic universe. You got these cars that are sentient, that can drive around on their own, they know how to do their own stuff, but it takes place on a planet that's very much like Earth. There are Earth landmarks, there are Earth flags like the United States flag, there are Earth countries like Japan, places like Route 66. This is only possible if something takes place on Earth. So why all the sentient cars? Well, in a 2017 interview that Matt Singer at Screen Crush did with one of the creative directors at Pixar, this question was apparently answered. He said, "If you think about this, we have autonomous car technology coming in right now. It's getting to the point where you can sit back in the car and it drives itself. Imagine in the near future when the cars keep getting smarter and smarter after one day, they just go, why do we need human beings anymore? They're just slowing us down. It's just extra weight, let's get rid of them. But the car takes on the personality of the last person who drove it. Whoa, there you go." So as you can see, folks, the Fast and Furious franchise is heading towards the point where human beings and cars can become one. Man and machine will be indistinguishable. And we also have another franchise, the Cars franchise, which took place on Earth far in the future, where human beings and cars are indistinguishable. So I think you can see that by pure logic of deduction, the Fast and Furious franchise is a prequel for the Cars franchise. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like or subscribe. I'll be trying to make a couple videos a month in 2019. You can also follow me on Twitter at DaveChensky. Sign up to get emails from me at davechen.net/letters. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.